Hi friends, today I discuss the section 36 of Income Tax Act 2025. This section talks about certain expenses and payments that are not deductible in certain circumstances in computation of profits and gains of business or profession. If you like the video, like it, share it and subscribe the channel. I am Kurian TC, Chartered Accountant. Subsection 1. The provisions of this section shall have effect irrespective of anything contrary contained in other provisions of this Act relating to computation of income from profits and gains of business or profession. If the assessee incurs an expenditure for which payment has been or is to be made to any specified person, which is in the opinion of assessing officer, is excessive or unreasonable with regard to the item 1 fair market value of goods or services or facilities, legitimate needs of the business or profession, benefit arrived by or accruing therefrom. So much of the expenditure considered excessive or unreasonable shall not be allowed as a reduction. If the expenditure incurred and made payment to any specified person shall not be allowed if the expenditure is found to be excessive or unreasonable. The specified persons, we can check who are the specified persons. As per subsection 3, clause A, subclause 1, specified shall as a person shall mean in the case of an individual, any relative, company, any director or his relative, firm, any partner or his relative, association of persons, any member or his relative, HUF member or his relative. These persons are specified persons within the meaning of section 36 and payments made to these persons if found excessive or unreasonable shall be disallowed. The subclause 2 further specifies the specified person's details as any person being an individual or company or associations or Hindu undivided family having substantial interest in the business or profession of the assessee or any director, partner, member thereof, or any relatives of such individual, director, partner, member, or any other company in which the first mentioned company has substantial interest. The payments made to these specified related persons shall be allowed as deduction up to the satisfaction of the assessing officer. If these are found in excessive or unreasonable, the expenses and payments shall be disallowed. The clause 3 also talks about the same. A company, firm, association of persons or Hindu undivided family whose director, partner or member has substantial interest in the business or profession of the assessee or any director, partner or member thereof and their relatives as the case may be. These are also the specified persons. Subclause 4. Any person carrying on business or profession being an individual or his relative, a company and its directors or relatives, a firm, its partners or their relatives, an association of persons, its a member or their relatives, Hindu undivided family, its members or their relatives, has substantial interest in the business or profession of such person. Clause B of subsection 3. A person deemed to have substantial interest. This is a very important provision. Person is deemed to have substantial interest if in the case of where a business or profession is carried on by a company, such person is deemed to have substantial interest if he holds not less than 20% of the voting power. The 20% is not in this 20%, the shares entitled to a fixed rate of dividend whether with or without right to participate in profit shall not be considered. So it shall be only ordinary shareholders in the case of a company who are said to have substantial interest if holding not less than 20% of voting power. In any other case, if the assessee is not a company, in such case, the 20% of share in the profits of business or profession shall be considered as the person is having substantial interest in the business. Subsection 4 of section 36. Any expenditure is incurred or any payment or aggregate of payments made in a day to a person exceeds 10,000 and if the payment is not made through a banking channel, such expenditure shall not be allowed as deduction. Where a deduction is made in any previous year for an expenditure incurred or any liability incurred, such payment is made in excess of rupees 10,000 in a day to a person is not through a banking channel or online mode. Such payment shall be treated as income of the tax year in which such payment is made. So subsection 4 is if payment is made for the current tax year, and subsection 5 is actual expenditure incurred relates to any previous tax year and the income is considered as income of the assessee in the tax year when the payment is made in excess of 10,000 rupees. Subsection 6 is if the payment is made for plying, hiring or leasing of any goods carriages, such limit is 35,000. Up to 35,000 can be uh, payment can be made outside the banking channel if the purpose are transportation expenses. Subsection 7. The provisions of subsection 4 and 5 are to be considered evaluating or considering the banking facilities available and the business expediency and other relevant factors before disallowing such payments if they are made above the limit outside the banking. The subsection 8. Nothing contained in any other law in force or in any contract shall apply in respect of any payment which has been made through specified banking or online mode in compliance of subsection 4 to 7 and no plea shall be allowed to be raised in any suit or other proceedings on the ground that the payments are not made or tendered in cash or in any other mode than the specified banking or online mode. If the payments are made in satisfaction of subsections 4 to 7, no plea can be raised regarding the mode of payment. Subsection 9 talks about no deduction or allowance shall be made in respect of marked to market losses or other expected losses that the expenditure losses are not actually incurred. Such claims shall not be allowed while computing the profits and gains of business or profession. Thank you.